Hello, aspirants. I guess you're all doing well. I am here, Harpreet Singh, on PW Only IS English. Please remember, students, every year millions of candidates prepare for this examination. And when we ask them, is 1 year actually enough for the civil services examination? Some would say yes, but many might not. Some would say, yes, sir, it is possible, but when I talk to majority of the candidates, they say it is not enough. When they say it is not enough, does it mean that they're not capable? No. It does not mean that they're not capable. It does not mean that they're not going to qualify this examination. It does not mean they do not have it in them to qualify this examination. Then what is it the reason behind them mentioning that it is not enough? The reason is UPSC is not fair enough. When I say it is not fair enough, what do I mean? Please don't misunderstand me. It is very, very critical for you to understand when I say UPSC is not fair enough. Let's understand that. See, when we prepare for the civil services examination, there is an assumption. What is that assumption? The assumption basically lies that we all start at the same point. Just tell me, everybody, are you all starting this journey from the same point? Actually not. Now let me tell you something that is very critical regarding this assumption. Does UPSC just require one single skill for this examination? When I say skill, let me elaborate in order to make this particular concept very clear. When I say UPSC is not a fair game, when I say this, why I said this? I said this because it is based on the assumption that we all are starting at the same place. No, you're not. Now see, does UPSC require one skill or multiple skills? Let's understand this. When you're giving the preliminary examination, you have the CSAT, right? The CSAT is testing your ability of mathematics, your logical reasoning, your decision making, or obviously a lot of other complex problem solving ability. Now, this obviously might be favorable for some who are good at mathematics. When I talk about general studies prelims, most of the subjects, you all know that history, polity, geography, all of them are covered here. So, the knowledge, now that has to be really very wide. Wide knowledge. How well you have read the various subjects. When you come to the mains examinations, you have a very important or a critical component, that is answer writing. Most of the students face this problem, sir. How shall we write when we see the answer? Now, you see, there are certain candidates who have been writing answers since the school days, since the college days, since the university days, and they're able to write the answers. On the other hand, when I give certain questions to the students, they say, sir, we know what the question is asking, but what should we write? What shall be the introduction? What shall be the body? What shall be the conclusion? Now, you cannot compare yourself at that particular point with a candidate who has actually written hundreds of answers during the school and the college days. That is why I'm mentioning this. It is not a fair game. Now comes important part of the means, that is the optional. Some might have an optional which is their graduation subject. For example, if someone is a computer engineer or software engineer, there is no optional of computer engineer, software engineer. One has to opt for some other subject. So now it depends upon how good you are at that subject. Yes, expertise. Now let us say when you come to the interview, how well are you able to communicate your ideas? Supposing you're a brilliant candidate, you have scored really well in your mains examinations. But when you're sitting in the interview and you are speaking and you want to speak, but you're not able to speak, and you get really poor marks in the interview, and then you realize, why have I not qualified this examination? Now, understand this thing very, very, very clearly. UPSC is not testing you on single skill. It is testing the holistic character of a person. That is the personality. So, this is, again, you realize one representation that when I say UPSC is not a fair game, you all have your own journeys. You all have to create your own path in order to reach that particular point. Now, let me elaborate this. When I say, you assume that you are starting from the same point, right? But that is a myth. That is why I say it is not a fair game. Let us elaborate on this. Let's see. Now, let us assume, when I say all these candidates, let us assume, let us meet these people. This is Mr. Varun, a very smart candidate, but he faced an accident, and because of them, now he's a specially able child. Both his legs are paralyzed and he's not able to walk. She is Miss Shanti. She is a very educated person teaching in a university, and she's a knowledgeable person, and along with it preparing for civil services. She's a doctor. She's 29 years old and now preparing for the civil services examination, right? And now she knows that she's a general category candidate and she just has few attempts left, few years. Now she has to prepare the general studies and all these things. He's Mr. Hussain. He's from a background which is very rural, very conservative. Still, he must to prepare for the examination where he's not being basically getting those facilities there. She's again Geeta, from a very rural region, studying in a college where she has never experienced answer writing. She has never experienced any such way of creative answers. Still now she's preparing for the examination, and she says that, how can I do this in 1 year? He is a person who has studied from best of the schools, best of the college, studied IIT, now working in top corporate. Now he's preparing for the civil services. He has studied or written those answers during his school and college, and he's very happy, very easily can qualify all the examination also. He is one. His Mr. is Mr. Ramji. Mr. Ramji. He is from one of the most backward regions, Rohtas region of Bihar. He wants to prepare for this examination. He wants to qualify this, but he has difficulty in speaking English, understanding, studying, and then qualifying. Is it possible to qualify or do all these things in 1 year? She is a lawyer in the Delhi High Court, fluent in speaking English, possibly if goes to the interview, will qualify or get wonderful marks in the interview. Can you compare these candidates? Are they at the same point? Tell me, everybody, all the candidates who are listening to me. Are they at the same point? No, they are not. They are not. Let us understand this particular concept with another analogy. When I say all these, they're not at the same point. This is the major irony here. When I say 1 year, that is why this problem arises. All of you belong to a different background. Your goal, where you want to reach, is the same line. But the starting points are different. That is why it might be valid for many candidates that would say that yes, we can qualify in 1 year, but for a large number or majority number, it might not be. It does not mean that they are not capable. It does not mean that they cannot get top ranks. It does not mean that a candidate cannot achieve rank 1. The only thing is the starting point is different. Let us see this. All the 4 of them are here. All the 4 candidates are here. They have a goal, the line which is same. They have to achieve the goal, the line, the qualifying line is same. That is UPSC. But the starting point is different. Let us see this. Let us see this. Let's see. UPSC is a race. This is the line UPSC list. This is your PDF. Take it as a line which you want to achieve. Right? Right? This is a line. Now understand, most of you think that this is a common line of starting for every candidate. No. Assumingly, some candidates are starting from this point. Some candidates, because of their, let us say, background with respect to what they have studied, how their social economic status has been, they might be over here. Some might be over here. Now, the irony is majority of the candidates are here. Few candidates lie here. When we talk to these candidates, they say, yes, this is 1 year. We can do it, no problem. Clear? That is really nice. They have done all those things, but majority of them, when I say these majority, I tell them, will you be able to qualify? Yes, sir, we can. But it will take some time. I have to improve my answer writing. I have to revise. I have to cover the syllabus properly. I have to develop those skills which are required for this examination. That is why all these candidates, we always say, it takes some time, more than 1 year, probably more also, for you to qualify this examination. Remember this. That is why, please remember, if you are taking more than 1 year to qualify, it does not mean that you're not capable. It does not mean that you cannot do this examination. It does not mean that you're out of race. No. It simply means that there are certain skills you need to develop. Now for this, very interestingly, please remember, whenever I tell you, candidates, if you want to qualify this examination, then what is important? See, realistic analysis. For example, if your English is weak, you know that, accept it. You need to work on it, modify it, work on it, and realize it. That means realistic analysis is very, 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 very critical for this examination. This is the mantra. This slide has a complete mantra which I am telling you if you want to qualify this examination, particularly when your starting points are different. Realistic analysis means, okay, I know these are the problems, I know these are the issues, I need to analyze them. That is known as realistic analysis. That means being pragmatic, not being idealistic. For example, right now, you know that there are a lot of issues. Let us say you have to improve a lot of subjects. You haven't studied subjects. There is optional left. And you say, no, in 2 months, I'll be doing everything and qualifying this examination. No, that is now known as idealism. Do not be idealistic in life. Be practical in life. What is known as pragmatism or being practical in life? That means you need to analyze everything. This is known as a realistic analysis, right? Along with it, now you know some things. For example, a candidate who, let us assume, has certain problems, let us say in certain subjects. Let us say an engineering student might be good in mathematics, might be good in logical reasoning, but might be poor in history and geography. Now he needs to analyze what are his strong points or her strong points and what are his or her weak points. Let us assume you know that for you, if you want to learn something, you need to revise multiple times. You know that is your point which you need to do. Yes? Now strong points. Now along with it, weak points, you realize that you get tensed very quickly. You're not patient enough. So you need to analyze all these things. So whatever your strong points are, whatever your weak points are, list them. Work on them. That is what is very critical here. Strong points, why? Because whatever your strong points are, that is again the weapons you already have. Weak points are again the raw material that you have, out of which you need to create the weapons in order to fight the war of UPSC. Lastly over here is understanding the exam. Now, for example, UPSC wants that you should have, let us say, at least class 10th level mathematics skills in order to appear for CSAT. Now, you are doing a table of 2 for, let us say, 1 year without meeting the requirement of the examination. Let us say whether it is answer writing, whether it is preparing your optional, whether it is preparing your GS, reading the subject, if you're not understanding the exam, then it is of no use. Now here comes the important part, the guidance. Have you all understood this? That is why we always say realistic analysis, understanding the weak points, understanding the strong points, understanding the exam. Understanding the exam also includes understand the syllabus, understand the pattern, understand what the previous year questions have been. Understand, now let us understand this. What does your prelim comprises? The prelim is basically made up of MCQs, multiple choice questions. Everybody, all those candidates who are listening to me right now, just tell me honestly. When you're preparing for your prelims examination, all the time what you're doing is reading, and reading. But what is the exam testing? Multiple choice questions, and you're not practicing the multiple choice questions. And when you sit for the examination, you ask, sir, we were not able to attempt the exam because we had read a lot, but we could not. We wanted that you practice thousands and thousands of questions while you were just reading, turning the pages, right? Turning the pages and reading, not preparing those or doing or solving those previous year questions. Or for that matter, various mock papers. No? When it comes to, let us say, when it comes to mains exams, what is the UPSC testing? The UPSC is testing writing skills. Are they your chacha's son or your chacha or bhatija or bhanja, or let us say your father checking the paper? No. They do not know your identity. They do not know who you are. They are checking your paper without knowing your identity. So that means what you have written, you will be getting marks because of that. Now the irony is you are tested for the written answers, but you do not practice the answers. Do you realize this? You have to sit for 3 hours in one session. That means 6 hours daily the examinations are going to be held. And we do not write a single answer. I'm taking batches. When I'm teaching geography, when I'm teaching anthropology, when I'm teaching society, I ask, have you written the answers? No, sir, because my cat ran away with my dog. Oh, I said, I'm very sorry. Then I realized, what? Cat ran away with the dog? Yes, sir. Both of them ran away. I said, very good reason, beta, for you not to write an answer. Does it make sense? No, no. So please understand, stop giving excuses. Stop giving me all those myths, all those things that have happened. No, sir, we could not write the answer. We could not do this. Please, please come out of the shell. Understand this exam. If you understand this exam, you will not commit these mistakes. And that is why we always say guidance along with these give you the weapons for you to qualify this examination. Right? Now tell me one thing. Do you want to do something good in life by being a civil servant, or you just want to be like this? Tell me. Do you want to be like this, or do you want to be some person who has done really good in life, who has done something good for the nation? It is for you to decide. Tell me. I hope you don't want to be this like a fossil who has lived his life and died in some zone. Okay, the head has also come out, doesn't matter. What do you want to do? Something good in life? So prepare with this examination with all the zeal. Understand all these things, right? Hopefully you understood this. Okay, coming to another thing that we want to say. When I say about guidance, the important thing arises also, I also am a part of this batch along with the other candidates, other faculties, also esteemed faculties. Many people say, sir, yes, we have been teaching on YouTube, we have seen this, but in the batches, now this is a Pinnacle batch for 2007. This is a very targeted approach for the prelims, mains and the interview for the candidates so that they can do really well in the examination. A holistic preparation is done along with all the dimensions. So this is starting from 3rd of February 2026 and we are there for you till the time you qualify this examination, which is for 12,499. These are all the faculties over here. Pinnacle Foundation batch. I'm also here. All the teachers are here. So this is again a very, very important batch. I'll be teaching here along with the other teachers. And we are as a team are here to guide you, mentor you, and be with you all the time for till the time you qualify this examination. Along with it, Pinnacle batches features, please understand. You have the live and recorded features. You can have the live session along with that. After that, if you're somehow, due to some reason, you're not able to watch the live session, you can watch the recorded session. You have the CSAT classes, very critical, as you know. Daily MCQs and mains question, answer writing classes. Now see, the problem is that, are you ready to be with us? You have the answer writing classes. You have the daily MCQs. Are you doing it? Will you take the challenge to do it? This is important. The things are there. We are giving you the weapons, right? We are giving you the Brahmastra. Are you able to fight the evil? That is UPSC for you right now. That is what is the important thing. You have the weekly current affair lectures and the class notes are already there. Along with it, you have the Select 360 batch also. Certain add-ons are there with it. Dedicated mentorship is there. Prelims and mains test series, booklets, extra pack is here. 22 UPSC wala GS books, NCRT recorded lectures, daily answer writing with evaluation. Here the evaluation was not here. Here the evaluation is there. That means every day dedicated people are going to evaluate your answers and give you the feedback. Along with it, UPSC Khazanas, that means the previous lectures of the teachers who have given the lectures are also over here. You can watch them also if you like them, along with the teachers who are teaching you. Now see, now people will say, okay sir, it is good. Now tell us how the classes are going to go on. So there on 3rd February, there is again free demo class for everybody, right? So on PW Only IS English YouTube channel, this very channel where you're seeing, you'll be having a free demo class streamed. You can have a look at them. You can see how the teachers are interacting. We are all there for you to make you understand the concept, to make you understand whatever things you need to know, whatever queries you are having, resolving them. All these things are again a very critical part of this preparation, right? So this is from my side. Hopefully you liked whatever I told you. Hopefully you incorporate all these things which I have taught you. Hopefully you make sure the mantra over here is be realistic. Understand the strong points. Understand the weak points. Along with it, you need to understand that if you understand the exam with the correct guidance, those are the ingredients which are required. This particular batch is going to be completely in English. It is not in English. Completely in English. Right now, the way I'm speaking, this is the way I speak on YouTube also. You've seen the lectures. You would have seen. This is the way I'm going to speak in my batches also, along with all the other esteemed faculties and my colleagues. So, bache, remember one thing. This is a batch which is completely in English, right? So make sure that you have. Now many people ask me, sir, can you prepare without batch? Bache, the initiative with respect to those preparing without the batch are like in the YouTube channels, videos have been uploaded. But again, I mentioned one thing. Preparing on your own is good because you already actually have to study on your own, but guidance is required. Otherwise, what happens? If you're doing something, it might take you a lot of time. You might not know what is important, what is not important. That is where the student gets stuck. Supposingly you are reading a book, somebody had asked, you're reading a book, you're reading the book from first page to last page and doing rote learning without knowing what is important, what is to be studied and what is not to be studied. That is where guidance bache comes. See here, somebody was asking me, this is where guidance, me as a person, along with all these team is there with you in order to guide you. For every single subject we are here. That is what the difference is. People are preparing on their own. Yes, you should prepare. We have free initiatives on YouTube. It is a vision of Halaksa that every candidate shall have the resources to prepare. But when we talk about guidance, that is what makes a little bit difference also. That helps you to prepare more efficiently, more effectively. Hopefully, you liked what I have mentioned. Hopefully, you can incorporate in your preparation also. I will make sure whatever questions you post in the YouTube comment section also, I'll make sure that I'll be responding to all of the comments. Yes, before the preliminary examination, all of the course will be complete. That is our guarantee, that is our word, and we'll make sure that everything is done properly, effectively, meeting the best ability of ours along with the requirement of the civil services examination that is conducted by the UPSC. Clear? Click here. Okay, some questions we can take. Yeah. Sir, I'm the first year student, BCom student. Give one suggestion to clear UPSC. I would say maintain discipline and patience is the mantra. Now, if you have it in you, it is your strong point. If you do not have it, it is your weak point. Incorporate it. That is why I say realistic, all those points which I mentioned, realistic analysis, strong point, weak point, understanding the exam, along with the guidance. These 5 points, realistic analysis, strong points, weak points, along with it, understanding the exam, and third, the pinky finger is a guidance. These 5 fingers combined together form this, right? So punching the UPSC is what is required. Clear? That is the thing. I guess you all understood that. I'm going to be here along with your lectures and along with the other faculties. We'll be meeting you as a batch progresses. I would love you all to join when the demo class, and along with it, if you like it, please join the batch and we'll be there to guide you and take you, sail you through this journey of the civil services examination. God bless. Lots of love from my side. We'll be meeting you in the batch. Take care and Jai Hind.